Arizona Sports on 98.7 FM.
Shane Doan, as the captain, records another goal.
Coyotes captain Shane Doan.
How much do guys like Domi and DeClaire lean on you for everyday advice, whether it's hockey advice or life advice, which I'm sure they could take as well?
Yeah, they're such good young men, and I've enjoyed my time getting to know them so much. And yeah, I mean, there's things that I've experienced, and I think things that I can, as an older person, and just trends that you see happening and things that you see happening, which you can kind of point out and hopefully avoid. And they always want to listen, and they always want to, but again, you're going to make your own mistakes. I mean, that's life. I mean, people told me lots of things that I shouldn't do that I did, and then would learn after. So it happens.
What have they taught you? As an older guy with the young kids, have they taught you anything?
Yeah.
About, I know you've stayed off social media, so they're not putting you on Instagram or on Twitter. But
well, they've taught me not to do that. I think they've taught you. You know, it's amazing to see their creative side of the game. They're just so much more creative than you know. The game wasn't near as creative for a long time, and then this generation. I think social media is probably a huge part of that, where there might be a kid in Finland do something that's just incredible, and 2 weeks later there's 7 guys that are over in North America doing the same thing because of it, because they get to see it, where growing up, if someone was doing something out of the ordinary in a different continent, I wasn't seeing it. So I think that's really sped up the creativity, and our guys, Duke does stuff with the puck at times that I ask him how he did it and how he came, and sometimes he doesn't know, but it's pretty special to watch.
Who's the most talented player you've ever played with and against?
Well, the most talented player for the Coyotes, the most talented player, I think Oliver's as special as it gets. I'd have to say that he's, for a complete game, he's probably our best defender. He's running for our best offensive player. The game is easy for him. I enjoy watching him play as much as I've, watching Teemu Selanne, Keith Tkachuk, Jeremy Roenick, Teppo Numminen, they're incredible. So that was probably but Oliver is in the running, if not right there at the lead as the most talented player that I've played with and against. I mean, Wayne Gretzky and Mario Lemieux, they're my icon. They were the icons of our sport. I got to play with Mario at the World Cup, and it's probably one of the single most, coolest things that I claim when I get to tell anyone. I drop that in there every now and again. Oh yeah, I played with Mario.
Not a big deal.
In a conversation every now and then, just throw that in there.
You may have heard his name before.
Just
average
6'5", does everything. Kind of.
Just an average.
Yeah,
just an average guy.
Yeah. I played with him.
You've been such a big part of the fact that hockey has been successful here in the desert, because we know that you get the stigma that you're selling hockey in the desert. I mean, it's not Canada, it's not Pittsburgh, it's not New York, it's not Chicago. So why can and why has hockey in the desert been successful?
Well, I think it's just really starting to get its grassroots kind of base. I think that it's such a fun sport to watch live. It is the really,
most fun, in my opinion.
It is, and I think that as people get to understand the game more, it becomes even more. The speed of our game is so incredible. The emotion of our game, the intensity of our game makes it fun to watch. The players that play it, I think, are incredible individuals that have incredible stories and are likable guys. So I think that's why the game does well. And I think that it's only going to continue. I think the fact that here in Arizona, that during the summer, if you're looking for a place to go to hang out at a rink, it's a great idea.
Yeah, it's the best place to be in Arizona in the summertime.
I mean, it's a little hard on the buildings, but man, if you can find a building with ice in it and go skate around for a couple hours, it's incredible. And I think that that's going to be something that really helps drive the sport here.
Just having a guy like Austin Matthews, who's drafted out of here to now the biggest and loudest hockey market that they have, is that a big deal? That, I mean, he's going to be a top goal scorer probably for Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah, just ask Toronto. I mean, they're the greatest.
They haven't won a Stanley Cup in a while though, so we gotta make sure we get that in there.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know what? He is an incredible young man, and to be put into the center of that is going to be fun to watch. And probably the most encouraging part is that he has the capability of handling it. He's an incredible player. I mean, at the World Cup, he was so fun to watch. He is a guy that is going to be kind of the flagship for Arizona hockey for the next 15, 20 years. And hopefully that'll be something that continues to happen, that continues to grow. But that's quite the story. And he's his family and him, they're really genuine, good people that you can get behind and be really excited about that they represent us.
Yeah, it's good to remind Toronto where he came from.
Yeah,
he came out of Scottsdale, Arizona.
Exactly.
like to remind them every once in a while. What's on the horizon for Shane Doan after hockey? Do you envision yourself being a part of this organization? Do you envision yourself as assistant GM Shane Doan or assistant coach Shane Doan? Does any of that, I mean, even at all ring true to you?
I don't know. I definitely think about it now as it's getting closer. I'll be a huge fan of the Coyotes. I'm a fan of every sport in the Valley, so I'm definitely, and I would love to be able to help them out in any way possible. But at the same time, there's only so many jobs, and there's some good people doing all the jobs right now. So I'm pretty comfortable with doing what I'm doing, and when that all comes up, then I'll worry about it. But yeah, I mean, you think about stuff like that, but
you'd be open to it though.
I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't be.
You wouldn't say no.
No, well, it's not even like, it's one of those things that as a player, when the game ends, I don't know, or the playing in the NHL ends, it's going to be obviously a little bit of a culture shock. As I've talked to all these different guys. It's one of the things I've been doing for the last year or two, is talk to guys that retire from all different sports. And it's amazing to hear the stories, from the horror stories to the incredible stories, and how it goes. And when that happens, I get to cross that, and I'll have fun doing that.
It's tough for athletes to know when the end is coming. It's a very tough thing. Do you think you'll know when the end, or are you going to need your wife or your kids or your friends to tell you, you know what, I think it's time?
I think it'll probably be a little bit of both. You always, I hear athletes say it all the time that, oh yeah, I'll know. And I've said it myself probably, oh, I'll know, but I'm sure I won't. You're too close, and you're too connected to the game to really have an understanding of it. So hopefully you have people around you that you trust, that love you enough to say, like, you're done.
Tell you the truth.
And be honest, in the fact that their relationship with you is close enough that you can be like, well, the reason they're saying this is because they care. And then you take that to heart. I hope I have an understanding. I hope it hasn't already happened and I'm still not aware of it. I don't think so. But it's one of those things that I sure enjoy it, and I'll play forever. Hopefully it'll be in the right league for the right amount of time. All right.
What's the excitement level for this new season? What are you most excited about? What should people know about the 2016-2017 Arizona Coyotes?
The spectrum is really, really wide open. We could be really, really good and impressively good. And we could have a lot of struggles. So the spectrum could be really wide open, because we have some young guys that are going to be. I think about this year as really at the beginning of something that could be really special for a long time. Adding a group of young players to already a group of young players, where last year was kind of like, trying to find our way, and this year's kind of like the official beginning of we've got our way and we're trying to get going in the right direction. That's exciting. That spectrum could be really big, and hopefully we're on the right side of it.
Well, we hope that you stick around forever. We never want you or Larry or Paul Goldschmidt or any of you guys. Arizona's pretty lucky to have some mainstays here in Arizona that are pretty good guys and pretty good athletes. So we hope you stick around for as long as you want, and I'm pretty sure we can find you a spot at Arizona Sports. I can't guarantee it, but